I am so excited for our workshops this week. Have you saved your seat? That's what I want to know. If you don't know, I'm getting ready to do some workshops this week. These are special. I only do them a few times a year, and it's all about how to customize QuickBooks around your business, the 3 secrets. I've created a PDF. Do you want to see it? Let me know. If you're here live or if you're catching the replay, I wanted to show you kind of what it's like, what it's going to look like. I just finished working on this. So these are the things we're going to talk about on our training. And I can give you the link if you want to make sure you register if you didn't already to save your seat. So the first thing we're going to talk about is really figuring out where you're at with your QuickBooks journey, and I want to give away the secrets. So we'll talk about that later, but it's going to be really about learning how to customize your QuickBooks, how to make your reports the way you want. So often I see people using canned chart of accounts. They're using canned QuickBooks files instead of customizing them for you. We'll talk more about that later, but it's all about really learning how to use QuickBooks, which is basically your dashboard, like your business. For example, so often people just get into QuickBooks, and you may have too, where you just get in and you start entering in your transactions, and then quickly you realize that you didn't really start with what I call the end in mind. So it's kind of like getting in your car and just taking off and going on a trip without first thinking about, where am I going? What type of clothes do I need? What type of food? Did I get a map? Do I know where I'm going? Like, do we ever leave our car? Do you ever get in your car, leave your house, and go on a huge across the country road trip without having some structure or plans in place? Most people don't, but most people get in and start using QuickBooks without really thinking about it. So we're really going to go and we're going to talk about what are the things you need to have in place, and how do you start customizing it so that you know exactly what's happening with your QuickBooks. So let me know, have any of you saved your seat? And what are you most excited about learning? Oh, I should give you want the URL? I can do that. Hold on one second. You can go to CandusCampfer.com/workshop to save your seat. It gives you access immediately to the PDF. And we have 3 workshops this week. So depending on when you're seeing this, we have a workshop on Monday. No, today's Monday. I'm all messed up. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at different times. Now, if you're saying, okay, Candus, I can't make the times and days that you'll see when you go to our landing page where you can register and save your seat, if you click there to register, I will make sure you get a replay, but it's always best if you can attend live, because this is where you can we get to interact and I get to chat with you and make sure that what I'm saying makes sense. It's like my favorite part of what I do is to get to visit with you. So make sure you save your seat. And let me know, what are you most excited about learning? Do you guys have any other questions about our workshop before I go? So it's really about taking a moment to slow down. So one of my coaches, he always talks about slowing down to speed up, right? So sometimes you got to slow down a little bit with your QuickBooks, figure out what you want to see, and then customize it. Because if you're just trying to, it's like building a house. If you just get in there and you just start hammering away, but you don't know what you want to see at the end, most likely you're not going to get there. And I want to know, while you're here in the chat, type in a 1 if you feel like your QuickBooks it's kind of built, but it's not customized for you. Let me know. That's a 1. If you feel like you've started customizing it, but you'd like to optimize it more, meaning when you pull, so these are some of the ways that you know that you haven't started customizing it. When you pull your profit and loss, you have no idea what it's saying. So you can let me know if that's you. Or do you pull your profit and loss and you know exactly all areas? So our goal for QuickBooks is 1, to be able to file our taxes, but that's what most people is the main focus. But my biggest thing that I want you to walk away with is being able to customize QuickBooks so that you can see what's actually happening in your business, right? So we'll be talking about it on the training, but the different fundamentals that you need so that you can get what I call to be an optimized business, where you know how to generate your revenue and you know how to set up your QuickBooks. So you guys may have heard my story in the past from my own personal experience. So let me know, 1, you feel that you're ready to optimize it, and 2, you feel like you're kind of there. Let me know, 1, you're kind of oh my gosh, it's all messed up, and 2, you're getting getting closer to being optimized and customized. So I remember when we started my husband's construction company, if you've never heard this story, we took it over and we were not making, we just basically took over what was already happening. pricing models, all of that. And we started like looking at, we're like, this isn't really like a sustainable business model. And we started looking, I did QuickBooks at the time. I've been doing QuickBooks for a long time. So we looked at the profit and loss, and we started looking at the job costing. We started really looking at the business. And we're like, oh my gosh, we're not making on these jobs what we think. So we went to my father-in-law, who was our consultant at the time. We were like, what do we do? Like, our business, we're having a hard time. And he was like, you should just drop, whenever I notice business slows down or I don't think I'm making what I want, I just drop my prices and you'll just get more work. And my husband and I were like, yes, but we know on our profit and loss that that's not sustainable either. Like, we can't do that. That's not going to work. And so instead, we did what our reports were telling us, and we increased our rates, and it made a huge difference in our business. Now, what I can tell you, two things that were different about the way my father-in-law ran the business and the way we ended up running it. One, he never used QuickBooks, so he just kind of tried to track his job costing, but he didn't really know what was happening. Where we were actually tracking it, so we knew. And it made a big difference. Not only we never owed as much taxes as he did in the business, and we also could really make decisions. And that's where I want you to get to with your QuickBooks. So you can let me know. I have started working on it several times and have gotten stuck and started all over again, said Sharon. Then I tried to do separate personal from business, and I'm stuck because I can't get past how to separate my personal money from my business money. So this is something we could talk about on the workshop, but one of the things I would say, and one of the things I often tell the people inside Confidence QuickBooks and inside my communities, is it's best if you can have two separate bank accounts. Actually, I was just on a podcast recently, I think it's coming out tomorrow, where we talked about that, where you really separate, if possible, your bank accounts, personal from business, especially if you have entities, separate entities. So if your business is like an LLC or a corporation, you definitely want to have two separate accounts. So that's one. Because what happens when you separate your two accounts is it makes it a lot easier for you to track it inside QuickBooks. If you have everything what we call commingled, you just have to enter everything. Some of the things that I teach that you can do, though, is you could do classes where you have like personal versus business, but best is always if you just keep business separate. And I have a great friend where her husband was like going to this one place quite frequently and spending money, and she kept telling him, like, you're spending money there, and it was the corner like little what is that called, like convenience store. And he's like, I don't spend that much money. So she started using QuickBooks to track where they were spending their personal finances to show him. And that's the cool thing about our reports, is it gives us a black and white on exactly what's happening so you can make the decisions. So Sharon, have you thought about starting with two separate bank accounts? Have you tried that technique, and how did that work for you? Let me know. All right. I can't wait to see those of you who have saved your seat on the workshop. And if you're going to catch the replay, that's awesome too. I always get to love getting to see you live. Make sure you register to save your seats. Let me know what you're most excited about learning if you're catching the replay. And I will see you soon. Let me know if I'm going to get to see you. I always love, that's my favorite, is getting to see you guys. So let me know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my community. And I will see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye. Don't forget to save your seats.